Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs. When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs. When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs.
Yayına gelen her kimse hoş geldi.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe...
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first...
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, It was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Simon?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
You need to watch out for any signs of earthquakes and sandstorms.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anything else? No, I think that...
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Kediler. O kedi hep kaçıyor benden. Ve ben nerede kedi bulsam yanına yanaşıyorum. Tatlı kediş. Keşke oyunda kedi sevme şeysi de koysalar.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move. Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, They must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up. I swear.
Hey, go on.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
İnsanoğlu hep bir yerlere
Seems
ele
like he still wants to know
geçirme
more. Keep talking.
gayesi güdüp duruyor.
Got it.
Hiç
I,
değişmiyor.
at first,
Hiçbir
I told
zaman
myself it was just the
sahip
drink talking,
olduklarımızla
but then all the
yetinmiyoruz.
mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Neden bu çocuk koşarken çizgi şeklinde şey oluşuyor? Ben koşarken adım adım oluşuyor. Çok saçma. Küçücük bacakları var. Allah Allah. Ha, bacak
This is where
arasındaki
Grandpa
mesafeden
usually
ötürü mü?
stays.
There sure isn't much here.
Sesim daha mı kısık?
No.
Aslında hiç oynamadım ama. Geçmiş
Incense.
olsun.
Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain
Olabilir.
traveler here once passed out from that
Geçmiş
smell.
olsun.
Thankfully, Tainari saved the day.
So, you know
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No, no need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
Ayrılıyoruz demişti, kaçırdım ben ya. Ha. Okey. Başka neye bakacağım ben şimdi? Ayak izlerine baktık. Bölgeye bakıyor. Lan neye bakacağım başka? Be. Halktus Sino. Sino, Henazı. Şu ismi bir türlü okumayı beceremedim.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village,
Şu an Sherlock
The
Holmes
scent is
hikayesini
quite
hissettim
faint.
kendimi.
but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the...
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents its...
No,
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
please, you have to save my grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Şu an çok olmamam gereken bir yere gitmişim gibi hissediyorum. Hemen kaçmalıyız buradan. Fıtı fıtı fıtı. Hop, nereye gidiyorduk? Bu tarafa gidiyormuş. Aha, aşağıda Silly varmış. Silly Silly.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Acaba yine neyin içinde bulacağım kendimi diye düşünüyorum. O gerizekalı kimdi acaba? Koptur koptur gitti ama. Neyse biz ne gidiyormuşuz? Ben şu sili camları oraya gideyim. Biri orada, biri daha ileride. Onları kovalaya kovalaya gideriz artık. Nereye gitti o? Lan. Görebileceğim yerdedir çocuk. Karşıya mı gideceğiz? Nerede bunun yuvası? Görmedim. Ulan bir kere de insan evladı gibi bir yere götür beni be. Buradan oraya uçamayacağına göre. Ay yürüsene. Bir tane daha vardı. Neredeydi? Şu yukarıda bir yerde gördüm herhalde onu da. Sevgili Shogun'um ve ben. Fıtı fıtı gidelim. Yakaladım. Ana yakalayabiliyormuşum lan bunu. Yok, neyse. Böcek. Artık bir sinom olduğuna göre böcekçikleri de toplamalıyım. Şunlara vurunca odun düşüyor mu acaba? Bak hiç denemedim ha. Bunların hepsi lazım oluyor çaydanlıkta. Ay bunlar denk gelmiyor ya. Şuna deneyim. Buna vurunca niye meyvesi düşmüyor? Angelika erik. Neymiş?
Illusion shattered.
Ah yavrum, sen buraya mısın? Sal kızım orayı ya. Allah. Ne buraya da? Kalmayacağız ya, kalmayacağız.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost...
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Thea.
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Yalnız en son bizim gezgin arkadaş buradan kaçmak zorunda kalmıştı peşindeki kuyruklarından ötürü. Şimdi kimse kovalamayacak mı?
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Peki ben bunun sonunun neden bir tuzak olarak biteceğini düşünüyorum acaba? Hiç şey gelmedi şu an. Ama tabii ki oyunun akışı gereği gidip kendi ayaklarımızla bu oyuna düşeceğiz. Düşeceğiz, yapacak bir şey.
Are we there yet?
Nearly.
Yep, this is the place.
Evet,
This
burası
place is
bizim
practically deserted. What
tuzağa
are they doing in a
düşeceğimiz
place
yer.
like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
Ben demiştim bu bir tuzak diye. Niye şaşırmadım
What's this
acaba?
all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
So what?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Kadar zayıf olduğumu düşündüren ne acaba bunlar?
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Kaslı olanlar bunlar mıymış?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Yeah,
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders.
There is no escape. Time to go. I swear by my sword. Go as one.
Pardon, olduğunu fark etmedim.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
Of course.
And you were
baby boy.
stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Engar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Enger and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Of course not.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Yep.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Bunlar çerez ya. Tamam, şimdi diyor ki yarına kadar bekle ama ben tabii ki öyle bir şey yapmayacağım. Şuradaki sil arkadaşı yuvasına tıkıştırıp... Aha kedi. Kedi. Merhaba kedi. Aa bu kedi kaçmıyor. Lan ne haber lan tipi tip. Neyse Mostad'daki etkinliğe geri döneyim. Orada bir şeyler açılmıştı. Sili. Bir daha zıp. Bir daha zıp. Bir daha zıp. Bir daha. Çak. Cingöz. Hoyt. Nereye gitti o? Lan. Ha buradaymış. Üçüncüyü kaçırdım. Yürür müsün?
What a pleasant surprise.
Ne diyor? Reputation reward. Okay, let's go to the Sumeru. Ödüllerimizi alalım. Sonra kalkıp gidelim.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Kodumda bir şey var mıydı? Ben hiç bakmadım ama. Huhu, bir sürü kıyım hocam. Bir sürü değilmiş ya, 70 taneymiş. Peh. Burada ne varmış? Bir şeyler kazanmışız. Tam başka da bir şey yokmuş. Bak bakayım. Kaç prim hocamım var? Şöyle şittirelim. Şunu da şittirelim. Tamam, bu bitti. Kaç oldu şimdi? 41 oldu bile. Güzel. Tık tık tık tık tık. Şuradan devam edeceğiz. Buradan devam edeceğiz. Yanlış bir tarafa gidiyormuş gibi hissediyorum. Ya doğru tarafa gidiyormuş. Şuradan requestleri alayım ya. Onları bir ara bitiririm ben. Bunlar çiçek istiyorlar. İyi, kolaymış bu. Çiçek. Dur, önce yakın alana gidelim. Nerede? Buradaymış. Kestirme yapalım. Ha, yukarıdaymış. Şu yukarıya çıkıyordu değil mi? Bu değil. Bak. Ay ay. Salın artık. Ne konuştular be. Diğeri kimdi? Neredeymiş? Ya hadi gidelim ya. Ters yön. Hop. Şuranın içine bakmış mıydım ben acaba? Hiç hatırlamıyorum ama. Ara nara. Merhaba Cingöz. Çıkma oraya lütfen. İyi ki çıkma dedim Cingöz. Dur! Gıcık kedi. Tersizlik ama. Allah cezanı. Ben iyiyim. Masama her gelişinde bir şeyleri devirip gidiyor. Yeni sandıklar açılmış. Okay.
We have work to do.
Başka ne vardı? Bir şey daha açılmıştı sanki. Evet burası. Favonian Goodies and Buddies. Buddies. Nasıl okuyor? Buddies diye okumak. Evet, Buddy'nin şeysidir. Doğrudur. Olması lazımdır. Neredeydi la bu kız? Ha şurada.
Honorary Knight, Paimon! Good news! We have some new helpers.
Saat kaç?
These two store owners heard about our charity sale. They want to donate their earnings and join us.
What? A donation? Are you sure?
Absolutely. Each extra donation means one extra person getting the help they need. Both Pauline and I think that's more important than us making more money than we technically need.
This year's Vine Laser Fest is busier than previous years, so we met our target earnings more quickly than we expected. That's enough for us. It doesn't seem right to leave the important task of caring for our most vulnerable to you alone. We just want to help however we can. Please, it's the least we can do.
Yeah. Aw, this is the warmest but this does mean we'll have to change the name of our shop. How about Favonian Goodies and Buddies? Alright, let's give this all we've got and make this a charity event to remember! Over here for snacks, fresh flowers, and general goods. Folks, grab bargains at Favonian Goodies and Buddies.
İki gözümün çiçeği geliyor.
Huh? Hey, look, it's Albedo!
Hello there.
Looking to buy anything in particular, Albedo?
I'm not in dire need of anything right now. I just heard that you were running the Knights of Avonia stall and thought I'd come over. As it happens, Timaeus and I made some progress in our research recently, so I took the opportunity to bring you a batch of our finished product. Consider it our contribution to the charity effort.
Aw, so you came all the way here just to help us out? That's so nice of you! Let's take a look here. We've got bottles of... Wait, what is...
It's an extra strong sobriety potion that can sober up the intoxicated and alleviate hangovers. Please, hand them out for free to anyone who needs them. Having some complimentary items will undoubtedly help you attract more customers.
Sounds like a super useful invention. It must have taken you ages.
Oh? It must have been a while since I demonstrated my capabilities to you. I most likely wouldn't have had any interest in research like this in the past. But now, I think that it's worthwhile using alchemy to make people's lives easier in small ways like this.
Definitely. Well, Paimon assumes so, because Paimon's never been drunk
Merhaba
before.
sayın
But plenty of our
Sayın
customers probably
sahibi,
have
insan
been.
evladı, hoş
It would
geldiniz.
definitely ruin the mood if someone fell into the
Öyle.
lake or tripped over a
Oyunun
rock after having one too many glasses
etkinliklerinde
of festive
takılıyoruz.
cheer.
Siz ne yapıyorsunuz? Nasılsınız efendim?
Yeah, Albedo, you should take some snacks back with you.
All right then, I shan't refuse.
I had no idea you two had such keen business sense. It's a savvy choice of location for selling snacks. There's a festive mood all around, and the division of labor is eminently sensible. If any other Knight of Favonius were running the show, it would be a much more,
Allah Allah. Çok
generic
şükür ben hiç öyle bir
operation.
şey yaşamadım bu zamana kadar ya.
Getting complimented by Albedo was an amazing feeling. This must be how it feels to drink an extra strong sobriety potion when you wake up with a groggy head. Anyway, it sounds like you know quite a lot about running a charity sale yourself, Albedo.
Well, I provided a dozen or so landscape paintings for a previous charity event, also run by the Knights of
Hadi
Favonius.
inşallah.
They must have been worth a fortune.
Well, the people buying them certainly thought so. Some felt that my painting style was a rare one worth investing in, and offered a large sum of money for each work. This, plus the sizable profits made from auctioning some of my still life paintings, seemed to give Alice an idea. She used her personal connections to apply for some sort of certification for my artwork. I believe they call it copyright? Later, many artists began to imitate my landscape paintings, and they became a common sight throughout Mondstadt.
Öyle mi? İyi, merak ettim. Bir ara stalklayayım. Kiki.
According to the rules of the copyright that Alice applied for, the artists need to pay me a portion of their revenue for each landscape painting of this style that they sell. Wealth was never one of my goals. I don't care where the money goes, so I entrusted it to the Knights of Favonius and let them manage it. I suppose it would be fitting to use it to pay for the destruction that Alice has created. But from what I hear, they use it all on charitable initiatives, which is also a noble cause.
Zevkli oluyor. Dün eklemiştin sanki diye hatırlıyorum ama.
You never cease to amaze,
Kabul
Albedo.
ettim diye hatırlıyorum. Evet.
Though it was hardly my original intention,
Haritamı
I
böcek
have come
toplamak
to
için
embrace my
gelmeyin diye not
unexpected
vardı.
philanthropic achievements. And I am only too happy to share my expertise with you. However, practice is the most essential factor.
Değer o sen değilsen yani.
Thanks for your contribution, and good luck with your research. Come again when you're free.
Speak to anyone of the stars and nurse for when English to check how their shop is doing. You can also use the tabs to check quickly. Aa, aynı anda üç dükkanı birden mi şittirecekmişiz? Hancık. Ha, şu. Bu muydu? Buymuş. Doğru hatırlıyormuş. Tamam, evet. Oymuşsun. Ekledin. Tıt tıt tıt tıt tıt. Şimdilik böyle devam etsem mi? Ha, bende şeyler çıktı. Cinin mi var sende? Evet, Cini bayağı zor düşürdüm şansıma. Ne? Kimin için uğraşıyordum da Cini düşürdüm ben ya? Başka birini düşürmeye çalışıyordum, Cin düştü. Ama yani olsun. 5 seviye karakter 5 seviye karakterdir deyip kabul ettim. Teaching var. Mona'm yok. Mona için çok şey yapmıyorum. Sayno'yu dün aslında normalde Sayno'ya şey harcamayacaktım. Dün yatmadan dedim şansıma bir deneyim bakayım ne olacak. Çünkü bayağıdır çok kötü gidiyordu benim wishlerim. Ve ilk konumda Sayno düştü. Raiden zaten bayağı önceden beridir var. Ayato'yu çok istiyorum ama Ayato'yu önceki wish'te denk getiremedim. Umarım bir sonrakinde deneyeceğim. ...81'e zorladı derken... ...81 kere wish mi yaptın demek istiyorsun. Ben bu şeylere çok yabancı kalıyorum. Oyun diline. Yaşlıyım ben. Sizler gençsiniz. Pity dediğimiz şey acıma değil mi? Normalde İngilizceden anlam olarak çevirdiğimiz zaman acıma olarak dönüyor ama. Oyunun içerisinde öyle bir şey varsa ben bilmiyorum. Ha, oyun jargonu. Evet. Her oyunun kendi jargonu var. Bende o yok. Quality control emergency. Bir karakter normalde 50 böyle 50 şansla çıkar. He. Öyle mi? Ha ben o şansımı Sayno'da kullanmışım. Şu an üzüldüm. Keşke bunu öğrenmemiş olsaydım. Anladım şimdilik. Peki şeyi sorayım o zaman. Bu aynı wish'te mi 70 ya da 80 falan zorladığında oluyor? Tamam ya, dövme. O banner olayını da zaten oyundaki birinden öğrenmiştim. Banner takip etmek. 50/50 wish etmek falan filan. Memnun oldum. Sema. Teyzeciğiniz. Bu kızın nesi zayıf? Efficiency'si zayıf. Efficiency atalım. Product quality. Haha, keşke. Ablacığım ben 28 yaşındayım. Hatta 29 oldum. Teyzenizim diye boşa demiyorum. ...11 yaş bir nesil demek. Aa, ben kendimi teyze sayıyorum ya. Peki. Patladık. Holistic service, business efficiency. Şöyle gideyim. Tamam, bunu kurtardık. Valla o kenarda duruyor ya. Ona özellikle uğraşmayacağım. Çünkü Shogun'la Kitching var. Bayağı düz seviyeler. Şu anlık onlar yetiyor. Hani 2 seviyemi arttırdım sanırım, şu an 40 seviyede. Ama hani denk geldikçe şey yaparım. Ona çok özellikle uğraşmayı düşünmüyorum açıkçası. Alırsam ne kadar sıkıntı yaşıyorum? Efficiency değil miydi bu? Yanlış şeyi seçtik. Böyle yapsam. Vermeyecek. Bundan bir tane alsam diyeceğim. Dur. Anladım. Sen Zaino'yu bayağı seviyorsun herhalde. Bende çok şey yok ya ona yönelik. Belki elektro karakterim olmasa düşünebilirdim ama. efficiency. Efficiency çok fazla. Gerek yok. Neye basmışım? Holistiğe basmışız. Şunu çekelim. Tamam. Buradan kurtarırız. Kurtardık. Bu tamam mı? Tamam. Tamam. Abyss de evet yarar. Aslında güzel karakter. Aynen. Ya Kiching'e çok uğraşmış olmasaydım muhtemelen kasardım Sayno'yu. Ama Kiching'e bayağı bir uğraştım. O yüzden şu an ekstra bir şey yapmayı düşünmüyorum. Elektro karakter. Bunu geç bakayım ne kadar düşüyor. Holistic Service. Okey. Düşmesin. Unexpected situation'ımız varmış burada. Business efficiency. Bunu çeksem. Böyle yapsam. Yemez. Bir dakika buna neden service verdim ki? Efficiency verecektik. Valla ben şey değil mi ya? İlk 8'im bitti benim yanılmıyorsam. 9'da olmam lazım. Abyss'te çok uğraşmıyorum ya. Bilmem. Abyss sıkıcı geliyor bana. Gerçi Dendro geldiğinden beri biraz kolay gibiydi 9. seviye ama. Aha biliyorum. Yetecek mi? Yetmeyecek gibi sanki. Dur bakayım. Bize tamamdır. Görüşürüz. Olmadı. Neyi beceremedim acaba? Bir şey yanlış yapıyorum gibi hissediyorum ama. Hepsini bir sıfırlayalım. Ama sadece bununkini mi şettiriyor? Tamam. Hepsini sıfırlayacağız. Çünkü tutturamadık. Olmadı. Şimdi. Ya sıfırlandı mı şimdi bu ya? Allah cezanı. Diğerlerinde fazlalığı var mı? Yok. Şöyle yapsam. Buradan bir parça kurtardık. Peki. Şuraya deneyelim. Business efficiency and holistic service. Business efficiency will increase by middling amount. Evet, bunu anca o kurtaracak. Onu oraya vermişim. Bir dakika, quality değil service olacak bununki. Evet, böyle yapacağız. Tamam. Böyle açacağız. Yapacak bir şey yok. Bir dakika. Şuradan açalım ya. Kızın daha çok ihtiyacı var şu an. Bir de emergency geldi. Ne güzel. Aman mis. Business efficiency. Efficiency değil. Holistically product quality'ye uğraşacağız. Bu service'ti değil mi? Şöyle yapalım. Tamam. Ne vermiş bu? Ödül vermiş. Şöyle bir emergency vardı. Neymiş? Of, yine unexpected situation var. Hiç hoş değil. Resetle bakayım şunu. Bunu da resetle. Kapat. Şunu da resetle. Bir önceki turda mı kullanmış olmam gerekiyordu? Sanırım evet. O yüzden şu an hiçbir işe yaramayacak. Yine kurtaramayacağım gibi hissediyorum ama. Customer search, snack shops, product quality, general goods shop, business efficiency, flower shops, holistic service targets. Aman ne güzel. Bir de maharet gibi söylüyorsun bana bunu. Efficiency. Ben gene ucundan kaçıracak gibiyim ha. Ha yok. Dur. Kurtaracak gibiyim. Ah. Aslında çok yakın derler. Product quality. Quality'ye ne verdim ya? Şunu versen. Vallahi oldu. Oturdum matematik hesabı yapıyorum. Kafam gitti. Ah, yine emergency var. Product quality'ye şu anlık bir şey vermesem. En çok product quality bunda düşük sanki. Gerçi hepsinde düşük gibi. Holistic service. Tamam, bunu hallettik. Bunda daha fazla var. O yüzden Holistic Service'deki olaya şunu vereyim. Product Quality'ye ve Business Efficiency'ye de bunu versem. Middle, into the middle. Tabii ki bu böyle değildi. Bunu ben böyle söylüyorum. Aleyküm selam. Tırstım be ya. Hala şu yayın arayüzünün seslerine alışamadım. Ya Rabbi şükür bitirdik.
Yula,
Aha,
Amber,
Yula.
you're here!
Yula'yı en son Albedo'nun
Ah, found you.
şeysinde görmüştüm.
Huh? Wait!
Of course! Do you have any idea how popular your charity stall is? Everyone's been talking about it. Favonian Goodies and Buddies, run by the honorary knight and their sidekick, is selling all kinds of fantastic treasures, and even giving away some wonderful others for free. Don't miss out!
So after all that, Paimon's back to being the sidekick? Still, Paimon's really happy to hear that people are giving good reviews. Anyway, what have you two been up to these days? Did you go off on a trip or something? We haven't seen you around the whole festival.
That's because we're still working.
Huh? You still have to work?
Technically, Amber and I are on a vacation schedule. There are more merchant caravans than usual traveling the route between Dormanport and Mondstadt City during the festival. Extra traffic means extra security is required.
Because of monsters and bandits and stuff?
Yes, the reconnaissance company is tasked with patrolling this route during the festive period, as well as traveling with the caravans to ensure essential goods are delivered without incident. We have to investigate suspicious locations to eliminate any emerging threats.
That seems like a lot of work. Sounds like you'll be working non-stop around the clock right up until the end of the Vine Lisa Fest.
Of course not. We take shifts. While one team is on duty, another is resting, and a third team is on standby in case of emergencies. These 3 teams rotate periodically.
Eula's such an experienced captain. She arranged everything this way so that the reconnaissance company can meet the intense demand during the festival, while still giving everyone a chance to take some time off. Gotta say, great organizing, Eula.
Yes, all right, Amber. I did my job like I always do. I really don't see what the fuss is all about. Enough, both of you. The festive spirit is turning you into giddy little children.
Anyway, we didn't come here just to chit-chat. I'll let Eula do the honors.
Okay. I need 40 portions of Knight's Special Northern Smoked Chicken, and 40 of Favonia's favorite Pile 'em Up.
That's such a huge order! What's the occasion? Wait, are the Knights of Favonia's having an official feast? How come nobody told us about it?
Nothing quite as glamorous as all that. Captain Eula wants some supplies to reward her team members with.
Correct. Scouts use up an enormous amount of energy in a single day. Each meal, they eat enough to feed... 4 to 5 normal people.
Plus, a long-standing member has recently returned to our ranks after a long absence. I thought it would be fitting to celebrate the occasion. Of all the things I could have bought, I thought it would be best to have the money go to you. That way, I can support a charitable cause while I'm at it.
Paimon agrees. You made the right decision, Eula. It's what we business owners call a win-win situation. Also, about this long-standing member you mentioned, is it that guy we met recently?
Mika, the frontline land surveyor. He was a vital member of our team before the Grandmaster borrowed him for the expedition.
Mika! Yeah, that's the one! Paimon never would have thought that shy little guy was such a strong knight.
Mika's not afraid of you guys. That was his way of showing respect to you. Although, admittedly, it is kind of a roundabout way of doing it. He thinks all mighty people have unique personalities and prefers to understand what makes them tick and the way they think before properly interacting with them. He says it makes it easier to communicate that way.
He was the same way toward me and Amber at first. As we gradually got to know each other, he started acting more naturally.
Interesting. Sounds like Mika's the one with the unique personality.
Mm-hmm. It'll just take a little time, that's all. You are a high-profile figure within the Knights of Favonius. As his commanding officer, I have a duty to make sure no misunderstandings arise between you.
It's all right, Eula. We get it. You're just looking after him.
Wait, Eula, did you just pay for my portion too? I was supposed to pay for mine separately. I'm not an official member of the reconnaissance company.
If you want to get official about it, then fine. It's officially my treat. There, now stop worrying.
Eula'nın patronluk taslayışları.
Thanks to Eula and Amber, we made a whole day's worth of Mora in one fell swoop!
Honorary Knight, Paimon, I have the most wonderful news. Thanks to your sterling efforts, the funds we've raised in this charity sale have blown our original predictions right out of the water. It's a phenomenal success!
Paimon told you so! We're good at this stuff!
But you two deserve all the credit. It's your expert management that made this event what it was. I've handed over all the revenue to the person responsible for managing our charitable funds. And with that, the event finally comes to a close. As a gesture of our appreciation, we'd like to give you both a fee for all your hard work. After this, I feel like I could even run a shop of my own in the future. Maybe we'll get the chance to work together one day.
It feels like we accomplished a lot together. If the chance ever comes up, let's do it again!
Let's do it again. Bakalım ne olmuş. Yani buradaki son ödülümüzü de aldığımıza göre mutlu mesut gidebiliriz. Burada neyimiz kalmış? Go to the shop. Zaten shop'ın oradayım. Geç bunu. Şunu toparlayalım. Başka şey düşürdüm mü ki? Ben düşürmedim sanırım ya. Nope. Düşürmedim. Etkinlikte başka bir şey kaldı mı? Burada kalmadı. Burada var ama şu sandıklara bakmadım değil mi ben ya? Hatırladım. Tamam, gidip sandık arayacağız. Bu değil. Şuradan başlayayım. Küçük olanı bitireyim, öbürünü sonra biterim. Bu tarafa gidiyor. Nakli. yuvarlağın çevresine bir daha bakayım da ona göre dolanayım. Boşa dolanıp durmayayım. Gıcık oluyorum sonra. Neredeymişiz? Tepeliklerin ucundan, hizadan fıtı fıtı geçiyoruz. Şuradaki kampın girişinden suyun etrafına doğru. O su orası oluyor sanırım. Şöyle. Böyle gidiyoruz. Tamam. Petrol gördü beni. Ya bir git be. Allah Allah. Manyaklar. Şurada sandık arıyoruz. Çekinin mi? Yani burada da ara ki bulasın kardeşim be. Öf. Bir daha bakayım. Yükseklerden aşağılara doğru gidelim bari. Ne yapacağız? Bulamayacağız başka türlü. Bugün şunu da bitireydim ya. İyiyle gideydim. İyi olabilirdi. Nereye attı bu sandıkları? Su kenarında vardır kesin bir tane. Mi? Oraya kadar gitmiyordu sanki. Gitmiş mi? Gitmiş. Başka var mı? Allah'ın cezası beni. Allah başka yok. Ya bir salın beni be. Allah. Düşünüyorum şurada. Ne kadar açılmış olabilir diye ama. Lan yürü git. Bence o kadar küçük bir yere en fazla bu kadar atmıştır herhalde ya. Gidiyorum ben ya. Şehir merkezinde bulamazsam geri gelirim, ne yapayım? Heykelin altından şeye kadar. Denize atmış mıdır? Pardon, göl de orası. Yani her şeyi bekliyorum bu oyunda. Yapmış olabilirler. Aha, burada çık çık etti. Hıy. Kuşları besleyen gıcık çocuk. Bu çocuğu hiç sevmiyorum. Bir bu. Bir de o adı Pepe mi ne olan bir tane velet var. Springdale'de. Yanlış anlamayın. Pepe'yi Pepe olduğu için sevmiyorum. Oradaki çocuğa bir gıcım yok ama bu çocuğa gıcığım. Başka bir şey atmamış bana. Gidelim. Şu. Ne bir zahmet yani. Belki dedim surların dışına bir kez atmıştır bir şeyler ama. Aha karşıda sandık çıkmış. Aşağı düştüm Allah kahretmesin. Sandığa bakayım derken. Klasik sandık sanki o. Bir ara giderim oraya. Ah. Aha köpüş. Sevemiyorum. Şu hayvanları sevilebilir olarak şey etseler olmuyor mu? Aha. Biliyordum yani değirmenlerine koyacağını. Gıcık oyun. Hop. Düşmedi. Düşler düş. Olsun. Seninle de olsun. Ya da dur ya. Niye uğraşıyorum ki? Kesin heykelin eline de koymuştur buraya koyduysa. Heykelin ucundan vardı. O alan bilemedim. Kararsız kaldım. Neyse. Gidip şu onu bir alayım da.
Yeah.
Biraz önce sandık için burada uyarı vermedi mi bu ya? Lan? Allah Allah. Ben mi yanlış hatırlıyorum? Ya burada uyarı verdi.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Glory. Kedi. Smoking kedi. Yo, bir tane kalmış. Köpüş. Gidelim bakalım. O bir sandığı ara ki bulasın. 40 tur attıracak bana. 100 oyun. Uğraşmayacağım. Yarın bakarım ona. Şuraya gideyim. Buradan komisyon alacağım var mıydı benim? Yok. Şuradan şey ettireyim. Condensate race'i yapalım. Ama 3 tane zaten varmış. İkisini alabiliyoruz bence. Peki. Bana şundan lazımdı. Hatırladığım kadarıyla. Ama 5 tane falan lazımdı. Bundan da lazımdı. Bundan 4 tane var. Acaba hangi silahtaydı o ya? Bu muydu öbür lazım olan şey? Sanırım evet. Başka? Ne var? Geç bunları. Bunu da geç. Bugün pazartesi miydi? Evet. Kedi. Ne yapıyorsun kedi? Teletabilerin uyku vakti geldi.
This realm. If you ever have
Artifact mi bu? A talisman that can help collect wood. Aa. İyiymiş. Beğendim. Bütün haritalarda işe yarıyor. Sayar Jigs. Neredeydi o? Bunu deneyelim. Hatta geçeyim kenarda dursun. İş görecek çünkü. Şu arkadaşı geliştirebilirim artık.
Silly chip. If I reach my full...
Kızın cümlesi yarım kaldı.
Toodaloo. Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
No.
Toodaloo.
Güzel. Malzeme eksik. Peki. Şuradan. Hayır. Allah cezanı ya. Of. Gitti. Yapacak bir şey yok. Dın dın dın dın. Dın dın dın dın. Meydan zaten kolay kolay dizmiyorum ben. Ama neyse harcamayacağım. Şimdi bu silahlardan şey edilecek olanlar vardı. Nerede onlar? Bu ne istiyordu? Bu yok. Geç. Tamam, burada da patladık. Hiçbiri değil. Ha bak, burada olabilir. Burada eksik malzeme var. Benimkileri anlamışım. Two stars under. Oh, no, no, no. Olmaz. Ya arkadaş. Tamam, şimdi oldu. Şu ikisini birbiriyle değiştireyim ben. Tamam, burada eksiğimiz var. top ama. Param bitiyor. Beydo nerede? Evet, sevgili sayın seyirciler ve seyirci olmayanlar, kapitalizmin kölesi bu ablacığımız yatar. Hepinize iyi geceler.